Winter doesn't just bring skin-cutting cold. It's also the time when wild boars become more dangerous than ever. As food sources dry up and hunger takes over, they lose their fear and become reckless and aggressive. Fields, gardens, and even residential areas are no longer safe. And it's precisely in these moments that the people of this land must rise to act before it's too late. The hunting dogs were quickly released and began tracking the prey sent along the rugged mountainside. In the suffocating silence, the dog's barking rang out like a cheer, signaling the start of the chase. Down there, a wild boar is fleeing. My teammate shouted outside. He fired several shots in quick succession, trying to bring the animal down. But the wild boar stubbornly pushed on. We immediately split up, speeding up to cut it off. Once the distance was right, a single shot rang out, sharp, cold, and decisive. After tense, breathless moments, victory was finally ours. Using the strategy of dividing the team to surround from all sides, we detected another large herd of wild boars. My friend immediately gave chase and, from behind, fired a surprise shot directly at the target. The boar staggered but still managed to scramble forward. He pressed on, firing a few more rounds before moving closer. Oh no, that was dangerous. The boar counterattacked, charging at Neil and knocking him down. A heart-stopping situation, reminding us that hunting is never a safe game. It demands absolute focus and lightning-fast reflexes, because even the smallest mistake can cost your life. After more than 20 grueling minutes of trekking, I finally spotted a wild boar slowly making its way up the mountain. That was the moment I knew this was the one I had to take down. The shot broke the stillness of the mountain woods. The bullet struck its mark, and the wild boar collapsed instantly, ending an intense pursuit. As we returned to the vehicle, we suddenly spotted another herd of wild boars on the run. We quickly determined their direction and split up to block them off. As soon as the first one appeared, my teammate acted like lightning, firing a precise shot that took down the boar cleanly. On the frozen ground, only the lifeless body of the fallen wild boar remained. High up in the mountains, the snow thickened overnight, leaving clear footprints of the wild boars behind. Following the tracks, we gradually closed in on our prey. Oh, a herd of boars. They were marching up the peak. I locked onto the lead boar and opened fire. The bullet struck clean, knocking the boar down as it let out a final scream. The rest scrambled to escape amid a hail of bullets, but one unlucky boar couldn't outrun the hand of death. As we ascended the summit, we suddenly spotted a panicked male boar on the run. A distance of nearly 200 meters was no big challenge for me. I quickly adjusted my scope, took a deep breath, and steadied my heart rate. There was no time to hesitate. I pulled the trigger. The bullet hit its target, and the boar dropped in an instant. Another trophy added to this challenging hunting journey. This year's winter arrived earlier and more fiercely than usual, blanketing the mountains and forests in a thick layer of snow and chilling winds. Yet, the wild boar showed no signs of slowing down, roaming ceaselessly in search of food. The scarcity of resources had made them increasingly reckless, destroying everything in their path. Faced with this situation, we hunters decided to launch a dramatic pursuit. Before dawn broke, we gathered at the foot of the mountain as agreed. Clear, deep boar tracks carved into the thick snow signaled their recent activity. They were still nearby. We quickly followed the trail, advancing cautiously as our hunting dogs fanned out, relentlessly tracking the prey. The opportunity was crystal clear. I raised my rifle, lined up the shot, and pulled the trigger. The sharp crack of the gun echoed through the trees. The boar staggered backward with a final cry before collapsing. Just as that encounter ended, the dog's growling barks erupted once again, this time more intense than ever, a sure sign another target had been found. We rushed through towering, snow-covered pines, and with one swift shot, brought down another boar on the spot. Following more tracks, we made our way toward a nearby thicket. My hunting partner and I began scanning the surroundings, and as a precaution, we mounted a small camera on one of our dogs, letting it roam freely to search deep within the forest. Seizing the moment, we fired without hesitation. The boar was down in seconds. Elsewhere, the chase was reaching a fever pitch. As soon as the boars heard gunfire, they bolted in all directions, sensing imminent danger. But we had already anticipated their escape routes. With careful adjustments to our scopes, we fired off a rapid series of shots. As the last bullet rang out, another boar fell, ending its dash for safety. Later, I moved to a new vantage point, eyes scanning every movement around me. There it was. A black figure thundered down the mountain slope, clearly trying to flee death itself. My rifle was ready. Without a moment's hesitation, I pulled the trigger. The booming gunshot silenced its final hope of escape. Our team quickly closed in, silently maneuvering toward the target. When the boars came into view, I crouched low, lined up my shot. The dominant male went down instantly. Another one tried to flee, but was swiftly taken out by follow-up shots. It was a perfect example of precision, timing, and teamwork in extreme conditions. I waited for the perfect pause and then fired. The shot landed, but the animal still managed to scramble forward. One more precise. This time, there was no chance of escape. We packed up our final harvests and returned in overwhelming joy. But the number of wild boars is still high, and these hunts are far from over.